Jeffrey, I think it's been since 2021
Yeah.
since we've had dirt track racing, stock car, IMCA style, ever. So we've had, what, almost 5 years of hiatus? Now,
It's too long
too long.
is the answer.
Now, here's where I'm going to surprise you. Never, ever has this track been IMCA sanctioned, and that ends right now. We are fully IMCA racing sanctioned for the 2025 racing season and beyond. So, we got the IMCA stock cars lined up and ready to go. Lights out from on top of the flag stand. Jason giving them the one to go as we return back to stock car racing at the dirt track at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, Bakersfield Speedway.
I'm excited. What?
I said it backwards.
I'm excited. I'm expecting some high speeds. But remember, these are the unknowns. These drivers had chances to try to pass during the hot laps. Who knows the most and who can figure it out by the end of the night?
Turn number 1, they get through smoothly, trying to get out of turn number 2. This has always been a trouble spot, and it still is. See a couple of cars on the outside getting in the loose stuff, continuing on with that in turns 3 and 4.
Van Hoff leading the way. Holder goes wide out of turn 2, and he has to lose all that speed to keep it off the wall.
It looks like the grip is down low right now. They haven't worked the track up to the wall just yet, but cars are stuck when they get into the greasy stuff.
Battle for the lead.
Here comes Nolan in the 5, trying to get by Van Hoff. But Van Hoff, he's got the advantage.
So far, that's where you want to be. I was going to say all of these heat races are 8 laps.
Now we got a battle for the lead out of turn number 2. Van Hoff trying to get the exit, that drive down the back straightaway. Hasn't been able to do it. Let's see if he tries it in 3 and 4. Gets up on the berm. He's going to lose some time. As we are 4 laps in to this 8-lap heat.
It's really heating up back here, I got to say.
Yes.
These drivers, battle for the lead's been good, but these drivers have been all over the place and making it exciting.
Well, nothing happening up front anymore. Nolan, he continues. Oh, trouble turn number 3 and 4.
Duke boys.
Somehow.
Duke boys.
Oh, jeez. Well, that's one way to find out how steep or not the berm is. I asked you funny.
You did. I actually went to check that out after you asked me, and there is quite an angle to it. Like, in regards to the slope isn't too extreme, but I think we found where it is. Battle for the lead down the back straightaway.
Van Hoff on the outside, watches Nolan sneak by on the inside, but Van Hoff, he's going to counter down low, not able to get there. White flag waves, final lap. Dan Bryant is trying to do everything he can to probably get the dirt out of his teeth from that Duke Boys excursion. But with 2 to go, the 5 of Raymond Nolan goes to the lead and will come out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag, and your very first heat race winner at the new Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Will be a heat race win, but Nolan's going to love it no matter what. Now, I'm going to step aside because I got to get Vegas going here.
All right.
But I'll give you the tools that you need. I'll help you how I can.
I'm good. I got what I need.
So congratulations to Raymond Nolan.
Raymond. Everybody loves Nolan.
Now we get to figure out where is Tech. Post-race Tech is
right there. I'm finding
where the flat track speedway bike track is.
Now, just like the American stocks, they're going to put them on the wheel.
Yeah,
they're not going to do that.
That'd be an instant failure. I would imagine.
Just like us. Instant failure. So we will have heat race number 2. Now, the majority of the heat races tonight are going to not involve transfer spots. But the IMCA Modifieds, 30 of those cars arrived here today. And we will be seeing 2 B main events, so we will be transferring 3 out of the 4 heat races. 12 cars make it to the A main, and then it will be 5 and 5 from the from the B mains that we'll be seeing later on today. Starting on the pole in heat race number 2 for the IMCA stock cars, the 74M of Miranda Scott and the 174 of Wild, Tommy.
Wayne Dotson.
Wayne Dotson. 18A, Austin Pugh. The 4 of Justin Schweitzer. 26, Steven Johnson. And the 31T of Tom Smith, who drove figure 8 races at Irwindale. A track that isn't here either. It was a rough offseason for racetracks.
Yeah, it was. We started it in December at the Irwindale Speedway finale. That track shutting down after 25 seasons of racing. 26-year-old racetrack, 25 years of racing strong. And some could argue that that track was on borrowed time, but Jeffrey, we will definitely miss it.
Yep.
And then, not too long after that, we heard about Bakersfield Speedway relocating here to Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. So we did lose the traditional Bakersfield Speedway, but racing still continues in the Bakersfield, the city of Bakersfield.
Yeah.
So,
and
hey.
great support here tonight. We have packed them in the stands.
Yep.
With us.
Love it. Back in the grandstands.
8 laps. Here we go. Contact on the front straightaway, and it's going to be a flat tire already.
Uh-oh.
And maybe issues for the 26 also. That was Austin Pugh with the flat tire. Still working his way slowly down the back straightaway. We'll see if this stays green. And it won't. First caution of Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in Bakersfield, California.
I see Don Lowe over here writing down the note right now.
He better be.
The stats are underway. That ink needs to be refilled.
You know what's a lot more fun to say? Because we talked about the end of tracks. In December, we were stuck saying, and that's the last ever this and last ever this.
Yep.
We get to say that was the first ever of that.
That's true. This is a nice little refreshment.
And, not too bad. Like, if Austin's going to be the first yellow, let it be something like this, right?
Yeah, we'll take a flat. And it's the first race for a lot of these cars and teams, I would imagine.
He didn't even pull off the track. I don't know why.
It's only, as Keith would tell us, it's only flat on the bottom.
Do you think that he's just here for SR?
Maybe. We got to get log laps.
Oh, I see. They're just having him pull into the infield. We're part of the fun of tonight is going to be also getting a feel for the procedures that they're going to be doing here. As we've seen, I'm anticipating that it's going to be similar to Bakersfield Speedway, the old location. Flat tire. That's the first ever video we uploaded on Low Budget TV.
That's right.
YouTube was me saying flat tire because a car with a flat tire drove by. That is Don writing that one down, the first ever.
He could be.
We got all sorts of racing royalty up here. You got Scott Schweitzer right next to you.
There is Scott. You got Kylie up there doing race control.
She's way up high.
Way up high. She probably doesn't even have a seat.
Elevation
so she's gonna stand.
Sickness.
Get down with the elevation sickness.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a lap 1 restart for the IMCA stock cars. And they're pretty much 4 wide.
Pretty much.
Well, that was not a good corner.
Ooh, Smith just about tagged the wall. He kept off. But Jeffrey, it seems like right now this track is slowly working its way up towards the wall. Hearing some drivers thinking that it will eventually get up there. But because it's still greasy up there, if you get stuck on the outside past the 2.5 car length or width wide, that's where you get into that loose stuff. Smith is trying to rebound.
You said this already, but it does look like all the grips on the inside of the track. And once you go too wide, try to carry too much speed on the high line, that wall comes up and you pretty much have to get on the brakes. see how that evolves throughout the night, especially with divisions that have more cars. Now, Tommy, I did set one of our wall cameras just after that track opening, just in case.
That's smart.
You know. Now, I got a question for you.
I'm listening.
Do you think...
Do I think what?
Ever.
No, I don't.
Which camera do you think was the most mud-ridden earlier today?
Which camera do I think? Probably turn 1. I just have a feeling that people were slinging it in there, kicking up the dirt.
So you're saying on the outside of turn 1
Yep.
or the front straightaway shot?
Outside of turn 1.
Front straightaway shot
Really?
was the muddiest one. I was like, wow, white flag.
Just because traditionally, Jeffrey, it seems like these drivers go low in 1 and go up high in turn 2, so that's where I thought the mud would be. All right.
It was a good guess.
I guessed wrong. Checker flag waves for Wayne Dotson. Johnson second. Tom Smith running it up to catch up to the 4 there. Not bad, considering that car was nearing the wall. Exiting turn 2 a few laps ago.
Now, it was a beautiful, nice day. As soon as the sun dipped behind the mountains, it dropped 10 degrees.
Yes, it did.
And it is shaping up to be a chilly one. Again, love to see this. The fans are here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway facility. We got Uncle Bob at the ready for the entire year of coverage. It's just going to be a fun time. Is it you coming over here?
I can switch
Let's
with
do
you,
this.
unless you want to move the tripod to me.
It's duct taped.
Can't happen.
Can't do it.
Or do you think this is just a bad idea?
I'm looking to see if I can just move over here.
Okay, perfect.
Let's see how that
That's
works.
kind of what I was wondering.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to hand this to you because we got the American. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Our American stocks. Oh, this is what we've been waiting for. All right. There are people that love the fast sprint cars, the fast IMCA modifieds, the fast IMCA stock cars. They love them all. But when Tommy and I are asked what our division that we look forward to each and every week, it's the American stocks.
I just want to point this out, Jeffrey. We have 3 American stock heats, and I think we have a draw-redraw because I see top 3 line here at the on screen.
I love it. Which means top 3, you say. 3 heats with top 3. Are you in a good spot, or do you want me to swap with you?
No, I'm in a good spot. I can see.
Okay.
I promise.
You look like you had a bad angle.
Nope, I got it. If you see I'm doing something wrong, please correct me.
For all the times you haven't corrected me for doing wrong things, what kind of person would I be?
And it's true.
Yeah, as long as you're comfortable.
I'm comfy.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and meet heat race number 1. We're missing a car. The 1X of John Robinson will start on the pole with the 17 of John McKinley on the outside. 15R is James Robinson. 25 of Carson Conway. 69X of Tyler Weeks. And the 74M of Miranda Scott. I think I know why Miranda's not here.
I think she was just running the IMCA stock car.
You know that you got the wrong end of the deal.
When you're back to back.
Yeah.
First heat of the American stocks, last heat of the stock cars. That's just how the draw is drawn.
We didn't make the schedule. We are just here to deliver the bad news.
Now, I do see these American stocks rolling in the top. They're probably being told by race control, let's work on this top side, get some track widening happening. Here comes Miranda.
Now, again, I want to go back to this. If there's 3 heat races and it's a draw-redraw, which is usually the top 12,
yep,
wouldn't it be 4?
I'm drawing attention to a line on our scoring, which is not what happened in the stock cars.
This is fun. It says top 3 transfer.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is that this is set because we have 1 B main tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the top 4.
Yeah.
For the draw-redraw.
Do we even have enough cars for a B main in American stock?
No. Nobody has enough except for IMCA modified.
That's what I remembered. Okay. And by the way, if you're scrolling through social media right now on Facebook.
Oh, I am.
You're doing that? Well, then guess what? You've got a live look in for tonight's racing action. Now, we're not going to be here all night, so if you want to see the full night of racing, we just got started. This is probably our fourth heat race of the evening.
Yes, you are correct.
So we are just getting started here at the new Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
Third heat race.
All right, even earlier. So we're not going to be here all night. We're just opening the curtains just for now. And join us. We want to see you at Bakersfield Speedway's new home for streaming, trackvision.tv.
And we are green, 8 laps. This is heat race 1 of 3. We anticipate the draw, redraw. 3 wide for the lead. Robinson on the inside and yellow.
Yellow.
That is the second ever yellow at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway at the I-5 interchange.
Taft Maricopa Highway, exit 246, I think.
That's us.
I'm going to show you here in a second when the cars get over there.
That's a nice looking sign from this vantage point. We're above the fence now, and we're only going to get higher.
Can you take me higher? 246.
And then go to Taco Bell.
If you've passed that exit, you've driven too far. You need to pull on in.
It's hard to miss this track when you're driving down the 5.
Yeah, in fact, you'll hear a lot of the semi-trucks going by honking their horns.
Yes, that actually happened during the national anthem. It's okay, they didn't know, probably.
I'm sure it's a surprise if you're new to the area or just passing through. Here we go, restart. Heat number 1 for the American stocks. So good to get back to dirt track racing, Jeffrey.
Oh, I love it. And I love it. Seeing this 3 wide race, and Miranda Scott's got somewhere to be.
Yeah, going from the back to the second spot.
I love having my eyes adjust every time I look by the back straight. Oh, Miranda sideways. Robinson holds the lead, but it is a hard-charging 74 Miranda Scott that is looking to take it out of turn number 2. Does it? Battle for second is on.
Miranda Scott.
So James Robinson going to pass John Robinson. And this might get tied out of turn 4.
You can definitely see the improvements that they've made in 1 and 2 just by how wide this track goes.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Battle for set. Oh, yeah.
It's still wide in turns number 3 and 4, just not when there's cars in the same lane.
Oh, yeah. There's always ways to make a racetrack not wide enough.
Yep. And slide job.
That's the 17 of McKinley trying to get by Robinson. Will do it. Possibly. And then the battle for second is pretty heavy into turn number 1 with some bumper applied. And that is the other Robinson. That is James Robinson trying to hold off Carson Conway. CC to the inside. And CC into the quarter panel.
Leaning, a little touchy. Now this is where it gets interesting. Turn number 1. Have we figured this corner out? I don't think so.
We're figuring it out right now. You're helping me figure it out. We're stuck. Are we linked?
No, we're free now. They were for a second.
Look at this, though. Fun to see this kind of racing here. Robinson's been able to hold off Conway, and that's bringing Weeks into it. Tyler Weeks in the 69 now to the inside. All battle for second. 6 laps in, they'll see the white flag this time by.
Now here are your top, or second, third, and fourth. So top 4 pretty much on screen for flashing of the leader.
Yeah, Miranda Scott's straight away ahead of this. She's going to have a great finish. We're going to watch how this all turns out.
I don't know if we're going to be done until the start-finish line.
And this is good learning time right now. If you're Conway, making that pass maybe on the last lap. Miranda Scott comes out to turn number 4. She will win the first American Stock heat race of the night. Conway
not done yet.
Trying to get there first. And will over Robinson. Weeks 4th. McKinley and John Robinson, the 6 cars that ran. It was pretty clear who our top 4 were in all of that.
It's pretty clear to see who the winner is. She's going to be off the track and in bed before these drivers even make it to the pits. Miranda Scott. You got to wonder if that IMCA stock car experience helped out.
Knowing the track conditions just before the race, maybe.
I mean, again, such a question mark without any practice except for hot laps and now heat racing.
Again, for those of you watching on Facebook, we are opening up the curtains briefly here tonight, but join us on trackvision.tv, where you get not just this racing, but the asphalt racing over at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. You get the flat track stuff. You get the racing up at All-American Speedway. Did I miss anything? You get a lot.
I'm sure you did, and it's possibly growing. You never know with how it's all going down right here in SoCal and NorCal and maybe everywhere in between. But got more American stocks coming up next.
All right. That brings us to our next heat race, and it is 5 American stocks ready to duel it out here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. At some point, we're just going to be like, yes, we're at Bakersfield Speedway. But we're not there yet. We are at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. But I won't be surprised if it starts getting shorter. Or maybe there's like an acronym. BS at KH. I'm losing my words. In Too Deep starts on the pole with Nicholas Johnson. 31 is Spencer Vasquez. 68S, Sonny Simpkins. Hayden Morrison in the 23 and the 4K of Kyle Wood. We get ready for the start. Green flag in the air. Pretty fun American stock heat race we just saw. And it is going to be Nicholas Johnson just driving away up front with side-by-side racing behind. So Vasquez on the outside here. Hayden Morrison on the inside, going to make the pass. And here's your battle for second. Now Simpkins has cleared and is trying to close in to the leader. But Johnson looks to be the faster of the cars. We'll see if that continues to be the case. Now remember, we just saw Miranda Scott dominate her heat race. Now we're seeing Johnson trying to do the same thing. And what's fun about that is, well, which of those two is going to beat the other in the main event? There's Johnson running with that American flag on the roof. Simpkins and Wood, your top 3, have driven away from the battle for 4th, which is still kind of going on here. Morrison running a very low line and then willing to wash up, where the 31 of Vasquez is running the high entry, getting down to the low apex. So 2 very different lines between these American stocks. And unfortunately, neither's really working for them because they're half a track behind your leader. But part of today is going to be learning the racetrack. Great to have all the drivers that are out here supporting this opening night.
Opening night.
We're going to go white flag this time by for Johnson. Didn't dominate as hard as Scott did, but, you know, still pretty dang good.
I don't believe the transponder's working for the In Too Deep.
It's too big for the transponder.
That's right. Checkered flag waves down the front straightaway. Second heat of 3 for the American stocks.
It's going to be a barn burner on who's going to get 4th.
Corey Rubin saying it looks like a great crowd. Big white lunchbox saying, let's go, baby. I'm watching on the website. That's exactly right. And if you want to see the full night of action, then that's the place to be. Trackvision.tv, powered by lowbudget.tv. Haley has recovered from our audio change. Sorry. Lucy Falkenberg tuned in, by the way, so we got to play Christmas music.
Did we blow out eardrums earlier?
I'm guaranteeing it we did.
I'm so sorry.
Lonnie watching from Florence, Oregon. Great crowd. Brand new grandstands in this great crowd. Danny Rowe, Keith, Henry. Alice is watching, Alice Hotchkiss. And Bianchi asking how many cars we have.
96 was the number we heard.
Right before we took the green.
Which means we'll probably be at 100 by the time we race. And we are getting ready for our next heat race. This will be the final heat race for the American Stocks. Is this our last heat race for our looking?
That's what I'm looking to see right now. I think this is it. I think this is it. So after this one, we're going to cut the blinds. Or should we give them one sport mod heat? All right, now I should probably switch with you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm filming the caution light.
I need to go charge my phone. Or else I'm not going to be able to text you when you're standing next to me.
Which honestly would really bother me.
I'm sure it would.
You know who's starting on the pole in this race? Or who was supposed to start on the pole in this race and
I have no idea.
Choosing to do it?
Oh, I just saw, yeah.
Robert Swearingen. But he's not. Why is he not there? Why is he in the 5th spot and not the 1st spot, Tommy? Why doesn't he want to drive through another billboard again, Tommy?
That is true. Now, here's the thing is I don't think that is Robert Swearingen. I think it's registered as Robert Swearingen.
Well,
but I think that's a kid.
I was going to say, is that Robbie Swearingen?
I believe
is
so.
that Robert Swearingen Jr.? Is that Robert Swearingen Jr. the third?
I think he's grown up, and now he's got a full name, full first name.
Do you think that he will follow in his father's footsteps? And luckily, there's one billboard. So it's going to be a lot more.
Yes. You don't want to be following in your father's footsteps of crashing through billboards.
And that was at a track that he did that so bad that I don't think the track raced after that.
That is true. Tore down all of their sponsorship.
Rocky Hill Speedway.
Yeah, do miss that track. That was a fun track to go to.
Where was that? Was it Porterville?
Yeah, Porterville, California, about 45 minutes from here.
The pits were literally up on on a hill.
It was a rocky hill.
It was. We have one car that did not make the track as up to this point, and it's the 22J of Andrew Johnston. Was on track doing hot laps, so, I mean, looked good earlier, but I don't know. The 33, we mentioned Robert Swearingen, is opting to start in the back of the field, it looks like. So the number 12 of James E. Goff will start on the pole. 01 of Colton Hay outside of row number 1. Row number 2 will be the 33 of Swearingen and the 21X of Cameron Campbell. And Andrew Johnston has just entered the racetrack.
Just joined the chat. All right, Jeffrey, we got some chat. People do want to see sport mods, but I think the most important chat, yes. Dylan Potter saying, he's asking us, can we please say Braden Claiborne sucks? He's just trying to see a reaction.
Are you going to do it?
No, I'd never say that.
You'd never say that out loud?
I'd never say Braden Claiborne sucks out loud.
Well, I mean, it'd be rude to say Braden Claiborne sucks.
Absolutely.
You know,
it sucks to suck, really.
Yeah. By the way, I just saw the Robert Swearingen we were referring to. He's hiding down there. I think someone just fell out, not onto, but almost onto me just now, which is great.
Ryan Little is trucking in Texas and listening to us.
Hey.
But I think people want to see that sport mod heat number 1, and that'll be it. That's where we're going to cut it off.
We're going to do it. We're going to give it to you guys because we love you.
Jonathan Nowinny tuned in here, modified racer, saying, weird hearing you guys calling a dirt race from all of my asphalt years.
Well, it's going to get even more weird as we go green.
We go green.
Oh, we're making moves. Campbell to the outside. That looked like a move that was like in Campbell's mind. Like, I'm going to do this on the entry of turn 1.
It was on his mind, and he's not giving up.
And he gets on the brakes, he's on the bind.
That's right.
Goff, our leader. Johnston in second. Hay in third. Battle for the lead as Johnston looks to the inside.
Got a couple battles here.
Yeah, Campbell in the inside of Hay in the battle for third.
Big white lunchbox saying this is a good-looking racetrack. And for those of you that are checking in to see what the upgrades are, it's right through here. This section is just a little piece of the overall improvements here. There's new concrete poured in the fan zone area. There's going to be a new tower eventually. We've got a brand new grandstand that was being built in the storm that we had here midweek.
Yep. They've been busy here.
Yeah, if you haven't been out to this track in a while, it's time.
And you know
time
what?
to come back.
A shout out to all of the staff. This was up against
To the wire.
Yeah, like this is as close as you can get. They were still putting things together earlier today. We got it all going. I say we, but mostly they did. Got it all going. And it's great to see that opening night is a go. We didn't even know if the storm was going to take out this event. So.
There was so much mud on the property after Thursday. But they got to work.
Different braking points we're seeing. Entry of turn 3.
It's really about where they put the resin on this track. You know, like you see at Phoenix and Bristol and Charlotte.
Yeah.
They apply the resin in either the low side or the high side, but here they haven't even applied resin. It's all water.
Go figure. Campbell still working that high line, trying to make it work on Hay. Hay's committed to that inside line, trying to get around Goff. Drifts up a little bit, though. May have opened the door. Campbell thought better of it.
Big lead here for Johnston.
Well, we've seen that in all 3 of our American stock heat races, which means we still don't know who looks the best because 3 cars technically dominated their heat races. Scott did it. Johnson did it. And now Johnston does it. Checkered flag to the 22K.
And to the line.
I don't know. I think it was the 21.
We're going to see for race control what they put on the scoreboard. They're still racing. Swearingen goes by, and I'm looking to see on the scoreboard, and they forgot the last 4 spots.
Because it was a photo finish.
Yeah.
So we'll update you on Tuesday as to who finished in the 3rd position.
We got to take the roll of film over to Kmart.
Yeah, got to develop it. You getting okay?
I don't know, man. I just feel like I almost knocked over
your whole life?
The entire life.
Your entire life. Well, you all asked for it, and we are going to deliver it.
One more?
Mods.
One more go?
One more.
All right. We're going against our own words, but we do it all the time.
Yeah. Well, I like racing, and I like people that like racing.
Jordan Brown is watching from Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Yep.
Where's that?
I have no idea. It's probably an L-shaped state.
That would make the most sense.
Trevor Fitz saying, can we get a live look-in just for Robbie Sawyer's heat? The Rebel Rouser?
Knowing Robbie Sawyer, it'll probably make the news.
We got the reaction. Braden Claiborne saying, why y'all bagging on me? Braden.
We didn't.
We didn't say it.
We said that
we told them that we would not say that you suck.
Yeah.
We couldn't be that rude.
Unless you're talking to the other people in the chat, and that's a good question.
Yeah. That's not – leave us out of it.
Braden, is there anything that you want us to say that we'll think about?
We can consider.
We can't promise that we'll say it.
All right, we got IMCA Northern Sport Mods on the racetrack. 8-lap heats, continuation, and we will have a total of 4 of these heat races. The 1R, Ryan Olds, will start on the front row alongside the 22T of Tanner Thomas. Got some travelers here coming to Bakersfield. Emily Van Hoff in the 4M, and the 33 of Cale Kankey from all the way 35 minutes away in Fraser Park. 11B, Brian Baker rounds out the field. In the 5-car heat race, 8 laps, Jeffrey. IMCA Northern Sport Mods. It was an interesting hot lap session, and now we go green for their first time to Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And turn number 2, looking sporty for these sport mods. You see a Cale Kanka working the outside, going by 2 spots. Baker stuck on the inside of Emily Van Hoff.
Trying that berm.
Yep, why not? It's there. We could see drivers putting the right rear in 1 and 2. on the most flat part of that berm later on tonight. We'll see. Kel Kankey making moves. He's going for the second spot. Trying to get by the inside of 1R Ryan Olds. It is all Tanner Thomas up front, opening up about a 3-second lead. And Kale's going to go by on the inside. Baker's going to nearly get a piece of Ryan Olds, but great heads-up driving.
You talked about your leader.
Oh, there's Olds. He was trying the berm. He was trying it. Baker's going to get by. That's going to really slow down Olds.
There's DNFs, there's DNSs, and then DNWs. Did not work.
Well, it's working for Thomas right now. Tanner Thomas out to a 3.1 second lead. Officially at the line. All good, all clean. Kel Kankey there in the second spot, and a battle is starting to brew for the third spot. Emily starting to close now in on Baker's third spot run. 2 laps to go. And they both kind of push or slide, depending on which car you watched. White flag final lap. The gap is now 3.5 seconds. Tanner Thomas in the 22T going south here to Bakersfield and picking up heat number 1 win for the IMCA Northern Sport Mods. Tanner Thomas. Kel Kankey, Baker, Van Hoff, and Olds round out your field of heat number 1 for the Sport Mods. And, you know, they get a little extra half a track to dial in a little bit more. But fans, that's it for those of you on Facebook are live looking. We'll wrap up www.trackvision.tv, or if you're familiar with low budget TV, it'll get you to the same viewing experience. But Track Vision TV will be your new streaming home for racing here at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, including formerly Bakersfield Speedway.tv. So we'll see you over there, and boy, it's already off to a good night of racing.
And it's beautiful because you get multiple tracks.
Yep.
All for the same price.
You beatboxing? You beatboxing? Let me do one more Vegas test, if you don't mind.
That guy was raising his hands because he was excited about my music, I think. All right, well, we continue our way through. Lights are off. Oh my goodness, we're going racing right away here in the IMCA Sport Mods, Northern Sport Mods. As it's the 15F of Matthew Frazier starting on the pole with the 51 of Jason Bannister, 55K of Keegan Head, 14W of Willie O'Dowd, and the Brylan Holder machine is 09.
Breaking news, everybody. Lightning McQueen just won the skid plate race at the Bull Ring.
All right, that's called spoilers?
Oh, it didn't have any spoilers. It was a standard car.
Okay. Oh, Holder! Holder was able to hold his line.
Brylan working the inside now. We got a battle for the second spot, the 14 of Oath-Out.
Is that how you say it? I knew I was screwing that one up.
That's how I understood it when we last spoke with him. But it was a long time, I feel like.
Let's stick with what you believe. Because
Oath-Out.
You have strong convictions.
Matthew Frazier trying to work him over for the second spot. And then just behind them, it is Brylan Holder in the 55K of Keegan Head. I believe the last time we saw Willie was at the Budweiser Nationals in October.
Oh,
Holder way up the track. In that greasy stuff, they're working in a higher and higher groove. It's just going to take probably all night.
Nobody's made the ultimate mistake yet.
Correct.
No one's caught that wall, at least today. So there's at least that.
Yeah, I think soon enough in the main event, we're going to see them taking the Willie line you see over there in the corner.
There's your leader, Bannister. You see the gap, first to second.
Jason Bannister, the track champion over at Bakersfield Speedway in 2024. He's continuing his dominance here across town. And when we say across town, Jeffrey, unfortunately there were people who were being negative about how far of a distance across town is. Now, I will give him this. the city of Bakersfield is pretty large. Like, there's an entire highway that can bridge the two. But it's not that dang far. Come on now.
I'll say this. We're used to driving over 45 minutes to get to a racetrack, so I cannot relate to these complaints.
25 minutes from Bakersfield Speedway to here. Not bad. Not bad for Jason Bannister either. He's going to go checkered flag in the second IMCA Northern Sport Mod heat race.
Yeah, we were, what, 45 minutes from Irwindale, an hour and 15 from Bakersfield Speedway. No, an hour and 15 from here.
To here.
An hour
and then
and a half to Bakersfield Speedway.
And you know what? We did it with a smile.
And you know who else did it with a smile? It was Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
He looks cold.
He does. He's just trying to break in his fingies. Should I have you interview Tim Huddleston right now? Or Tanner Huddleston?
Yeah. I don't know. Or I don't know. I'm intimidated.
I'm pretty sure he's busy. He probably can't be interviewed.
Dang.
Right now we've got race number 3 making their way to the track. Lineup will look like this on the point for Bakersfield, California. The C50 of Nick Kaufman.
The entire Huddleston family has joined us.
Yeah. I like that everyone's ducking out of the way.
Yeah. I think somebody got the dirty fries here.
Why?
I think they're cheesy fries. Maybe with some chili.
Oh, you mean someone up here got those?
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yep. If you hear me sniffling, I am. It's getting to be noise.
Look, there's Trevor Huddleston. He was just racing the ARCA rest.
He was in
ARCA
Phoenix.
rest.
He was resting at ARCA.
It was. Yeah, you're right. The whole Huddleston family's out here.
They got the suite. They're in the suite tonight.
Yeah, we're all on the suite.
So the interesting thing about the Huddleston family, right?
Yeah.
And I'm pointing like if you're going to film it. Okay, now you're filming it.
Yeah.
So Tim proposed to Lisa. And see, I'm doing like the weatherman pointing at the temperatures.
Yeah.
So Tim Huddleston proposed to Lisa Huddleston at Saga Speedway back in the day.
Yeah.
It's all gone full circle. Because you and I would have never, I mean, we can have a whole podcast about how strange it was in our seat when Tim Huddleston called us about talking to Scott Schweitzer about Bakersfield Speedway. Yeah. And we were just like, what? Where did this come from?
Yeah. We happen to work with both.
Yeah.
So, we're like,
okay.
huh?
So why I'm saying it's full circle is because Lisa, father, used to race dirt racing and pavement, Roran Orn Prosser, back in the day. So she's back at a dirt track, and she's working at a dirt track here.
Full circle. Green flag in the air. The C50, Nick Kaufman.
He's going to go out to the lead. The 47, Brock Crawford. 49 of John Fuess. Nick Spainhoward in the X. And Tyler Bannister in the 151. Remember, that has the tiniest 51 number.
Did you mention the 49?
Yep. Big Bad John.
How do you say that last name?
I said Fuess.
I didn't even hear you say it. That's how much I didn't know how to say it.
Probably thought it was a race car noise. Fuess.
Wow, you're right.
Well, Kaufman's got some pressure. He's getting under attack. Half a second on the line, but you don't see it half a second now. He's looking to the inside. Woo. Kaufman and Bannister heavy on the brakes. Bannister, you see those back brakes.
And they're going to have lap traffic here. West.
He's going to stay down low. Be predictable. That's all the leaders ask, except for right now. There he goes. He's back to the low side.
You're
like
saying?
Nothing happened. And this could change the entry for Bannister. He's looking to the inside now. Battle for the lead into turn number 3. Pedal hard out of turn number 4, and it is still Kaufman with a great run here tonight.
Kaufman is going to go a little high this time.
So Nick Kaufman sliding back to the second spot as Tyler Bannister takes the lead.
Bannister kind of suggested Kaufman go up there. It was a light suggestion. And the X of Nick Spainhoward pulling it off. Spainhoward has duct tape X.
Yep.
And the 47 of Crawford has duct tape numbers, and it just goes to show it's the beginning of the season.
It is. Not everybody had their wraps ready and done in time.
I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if we can get a shot of these brakes.
Well, you got only
up.
2 more corners left.
Right there.
There it is. White flag's out. Not much on the brakes. In 3 and 4, as hard as he is in 1. Checkered flag for Tyler Bannister.
Now,
Kaufman and Crawford round out your field.
If I'm putting my money on anybody, it's Fuentes, because I think he saved the most equipment.
He did.
I think he's ready to go for it. He's just saving his tires.
Yep.
You know what I like?
What do you like, Jeff?
That was only heat race 3. We have heat race 4 coming up.
Number 4.
Again, we are so happy to have all of you joining us here tonight. Let me see if I can get the shot here. It might just be perfectly blocked.
While you're preparing this shot, Jeffrey, I'm probably
You're
right
in the
away.
shot. I was going to show the half mile, but it's kind of censored.
What I was going to mention is
there's a half mile.
The fun of Track Vision TV. It's all encompassing on so many of the racetracks, right?
Yeah.
Managed by Tim Huddleston and the Huddleston family, and so many others involved. But Jeffrey, you got to wonder how many All-American Speedway people who have probably never seen a dirt race in Bakersfield are tuned in. You got to wonder how many former Irwindale Speedway subscribers that just carried over to this are like, wow, this is cool. And the hardcore Bakersfield locals.
The good news for those Irwindale Speedway folks, if they are close enough to Irwindale, this really isn't that far away.
No, it's not. Make a trip up here. And if I was going to circle an event on your calendar, I would probably say the Budweiser Nationals.
Yes.
Don't miss that one.
Yes.
That is the big, big dirt race here in Bakersfield. Traditional as well. Going through the lineup in this one, the 99B, Paul Brown will lead him off on the front row alongside the 11D of Danny Wagner, Tyler Irwin in the 172, 62 of Tate Loftus, and rounding out the field, the 17A of Adam Baker. Final heat for the IMCA Northern Sport Mods at the Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. Brown is going to try to slide across the nose of Wagner. Wagner's not going to let it happen as he's got to run out of turn number 2. And that outside momentum carries. Ooh, little squeeze down the front straightaway.
That was a little close.
Look at all these brand new, beautiful bodies on opening night. Beautiful paint jobs.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the ones in the grandstand.
They're beautiful as well. The fun of opening night, the fun of the brand new season is seeing all the new looks. But that all changes mid-season. That's when you start seeing the more ripples in the scars.
That might end by the end of the night.
That could. They say when you scratch it, it's no longer brand new and you no longer have an emotional attachment to things.
Battle for second. Brown still holding off Irwin.
Good run for Danny Wagner right now. He's about a second and a half ahead of the battle that we've been watching, which is still really close to each other. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go. No traffic on the I-5, 60-degree night. No cloud in the sky.
I like that you checked.
I wanted to be sure.
Yeah, you didn't want to lie.
Well, I say that Wagner's having a good run, but if this race was a 30-lapper, he would have met Paul Brown here in the next couple of laps because Brown is on a tear right now. He's figured out a line that's closing in on the 11D. The white flag will wave, though. He might be out of time, but he might be on to something later on in the run in the main event.
Yeah, that could be incredibly valuable. Headed into the main event.
He closed 2/10 of a second that last lap, but doesn't matter anymore. Checkered flag waves for the 11D of Danny Wagner. Paul Brown, Tyler Irwin, Adam Baker, and Tate Loftus will be your field as they cross the line. We will get a tower, and we will tower it good.
Yeah, it's coming. All right, Hobby Stocks. They got 3 heat races. We'll pay attention to the top 4 in these. We haven't really been paying attention, admittedly. Tom and I have a short attention span. But I can tell you the 1N of Nicholas Johnson will start on the pole with the 78 of Dakota Brown, 6X of Robert Lawler, 25B of Brooke Simmentel, 79 of Ryan Barnes, and the 119 of Rick Henderson. 8 laps, green flag.
Jeffrey, you know why we're called low-budget TV?
Because, why?
Because it doesn't cost much to pay attention. And we're out of money.
We still can't afford it.
We're going to have a battle for second here in a lap, but then I'm watching this battle for fourth.
Lawler 2 sideways. Nope, just the right sideways.
Got a good exit there.
Yeah.
Considering.
I doubt it. That battle for second, though, is the one to watch. Dakota Brown trying to hold off Brooke Simmentel. Simmentel to the inside into turn number 1. I will say this. This track does look like you might need to use a little bumper if you're going to pass. Now, a hard throw in there. It's interesting because I feel like every lap we're seeing drivers try new things, too. Like, does this work better? Simmentel that time tried a wider entry. It allowed Lawler to the inside.
I think in 1 and 2, if you work the outside, it seems like you're just giving a lot of distance. Not the case in 3 and 4. It looks like the outside is preferred almost. But how will this track change? Slide up the track.
And here comes Henderson right into this battle. It's getting tight. The battle for third. Remember, we're paying attention to the top 4. Lawler gets the bumper from Henderson.
You mentioned bumpers. We got a wheel cover rolling down the front stretch and into safety.
Yeehaw. Well, they're still at it.
Love it. This dirt track racing.
Third, fourth, and fifth. Lawler leads the group. Simmentel has the 4th position for now. It's Henderson trying to get it from Simmentel. Or Lawler, who's going to drift up this time. Now Simmentel into the 3rd spot. Lawler in 4th. White flag is out for Nicholas Johnson.
Nicholas is out to a big lead.
Dakota Brown in a 78. Also very comfortable. Out of turn number 4, the 1N of Nicholas Johnson wins the first Hobby Stock heat race of the night. Dakota Brown second. It will be Brooke Simmentel and the 6X of Lawler, your top 4. Henderson and the 79 of Barnes round out your field.
That was fun. That was a good battle throughout.
Did you enjoy that?
I did.
Do you think that, where do you think Uncle Bob's going right now?
I think he's just walking. I think he's just trying to keep that blood flowing.
So I hear the announcers right now talking about the scoreboard. You know, they're still trying to sort it out. Now, that scoreboard has nowhere near the story that Irwindale Speedway's scoreboard has.
That is true. That thing's a baby.
Yeah. And Irwindale's got hit by lightning.
Yep.
And it was never the same. Its hair never looked the same after
Irwindale had 10 spots to show, and then it turned into 5 after it got struck by lightning.
And that's when it would work.
Yep. That's exactly, yeah. That's if it would work. You and I, Jeffrey, I think us and everybody tuned in and everybody in the grandstands and all the racers had this date circled on our calendar of opening night. And I'm sure the entire staff here at Bakersfield Speedway, Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway, had this date on their calendar as well as the oh shoot date.
Yeah.
But we're here.
They did it.
We are here.
So talking about Irwindale. So back to the new turns 1 and 2. That is Irwindale's
let me show
fencing. The catch fence from
brand
Irwindale
new
Speedway.
catch fence. 26-year-old brand new.
Recycled.
But it didn't get thrown away. That's the good news.
If you didn't know, the Irwindale Speedway grandstands flipped over.
It looked like the Titanic there for a little bit.
It was trying to stay afloat.
You know, I found that interesting because I've thought they were going to put like TNT at the bottom.
Right.
But I think they just pulled it with a giant telehandler or crane or something, and they literally just pulled the metal grandstands down.
Do you feel weird about like laughing about stuff like that? Like it almost feels like laughing about like the dead.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
Right.
You know?
Right. No, I'm sorry. I didn't even think about it that way.
No, but it's surreal. It's surreal seeing a racetrack go away.
Yeah.
But it's also morbidly curiosity.
I also got bad news.
What's that?
Remember those two Camaros we saw earlier today?
Yeah.
Both of them were supposed to be in this heat race, and neither of them are. That was the 245 of Justin McAllister and the 85 of David Smith. In the field is the C4 of James Cornelius, the 26S of Cody Johnson, the 14C of Colby Ward, and the 4Q of Colby Quinton.
Green, green, green.
I miss the Camaros.
I do too.
Oh, Cornelius could not hold it down low.
Yeah, he's struggling.
Going to go all the way to the back after starting on the pole.
And we have a battle for the lead brewing up here.
That's Colby Quinton on the chase. Cody Johnson in the lead.
Cody's going to work that inside berm.
All right. So I want prediction time from you now.
Okay.
Do you think any cars are going to actually hit? I only think there's two out there. Do you think anyone's actually going to hit a tractor tire tonight?
I think it's almost near impossible unless you aim for it.
Or spin into it?
But, yeah, that carryover from Bakersfield Speedway did not move over here because the berms are taller. There, like you said, here's one of the two. It could happen in a wreck.
Well,
and then
actually, I wasn't even counting that one.
The second of two down.
There's two over in turns 1 and 2 that actually are on the berm.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Now, I see if you hit those ones, you really messed up.
Well, yeah, you had a bad night from the start.
They actually created a launch. I'll show it to you in a moment.
I see which one you're talking about.
Yeah, at the bottom of the screen.
But we might have a battle for second.
You think so, do you?
I think so.
You think Colby Ward is going to catch Colby Quinton, make a move? 3 laps to go in this heat race. Tommy thinks there's going to be a battle for second.
I don't know if it's going to happen. Quinton's got to have a mistake now.
I think there's a battle for 5th.
No.
The Camaros in the pit area. Now, I will report that Justin McAllister's 245 did start spewing some smoke during the hot lap session and did not pull off at a very high speed. So that car seemed to have a mechanical issue. But David Smith's 85 seemed fine. So
Justin's brother, Kevin McAllister, is likely still at home while his parents are in England.
White flag is in the air. The 26S of Cody Johnson, England. They went to France.
Close enough.
Checkered flag for Cody Johnson. Colby Quinton. Colby Ward. And then it was Cornelius that rounds out the 4 cars that started the race. And let's all cross our fingers and clap at home like you do for the fairies. That you go, please bring back to life the Camaros.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. I think that's me in my own microphone. I think when I do the switcheroo. I
thought you were clapping for the fairies.
When I do the switcheroo, I think I cause commotion.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah?
Let's look at the ramp that I was telling everybody
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Now that.
And now we can do some explanation.
Man, you tightened this.
Did I?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I did.
I think you lightly did it, and then I moved the tripod down. So that is a ramp.
Yeah.
But
So
these were the two I was talking about. That one way over there.
I see that now. Yep.
And then this one over here. Not too
Yeah,
far.
I feel like it's going to be a stretch. All right, so let's explain about what this little track is. For those of you that haven't seen any action from Kern in a while, this is a speedway bike track, also used as a flat track motorcycle. And what are speedway bikes? Speedway bikes are 500cc specially built oval track bikes with no brakes. Only throttle, a clutch, lever, and no brakes. Flat track are more specially built, but typically comes from a platform of factory motorcycles.
You all clapped at home and brought the Camaros back to life.
All right.
I think they pulled out for the wrong heat race. I don't know what's going on. But both of them are. There's McAllister.
But they're
and
here.
Smith.
Love it. They've made it.
I was like, why did 7 cars just pull out for this heat race?
Because why not?
No, but Tommy, this is a miracle.
And it's all of our viewers for doing it.
I'm convinced that these guys pulled out for the wrong one. And I'm sad. Let them run. Where's Kylie? Let them run.
I think they're going to.
I didn't even see her. I think she left.
Let them run.
Hey,
Let them run.
Let them run. Let them run.
They're just looking at us and say no. That's why we belong upstairs.
Let them run.
We should be caged animals, and they let us look. I just love how all the officials just looked over and said no.
Oh.
Dang.
Boo.
Where are the tomatoes?
Boo.
What they don't want is them to have an advantage. So they're going to.
That's true.
They're going to leave them.
They were exceptionally fast in the hot laps.
11 of Ethan Johnson will start up on the front row alongside the 91C of Marcus Wonkum, 58T of Troy Thomas Jr., and the 174 of Wayne Dotson. With Matt Ehler in the 39 rounding out the field. They should have let him run.
They should have let him run. Green flag.
Uncle Bob is pleading his case.
How did he get up here? He was in the infield. Magic.
3 wide there for a split second. Dotson going backwards. It is Wonkum going forwards, though, into the second spot.
Again, you could tell it is a new season.
Got to wait for those decals.
Actually, I can't tell. Is that the paint scheme?
I think they.
It looks like paint.
I think they spent money for that look.
I like it. Like, seriously, if that's it, I like it.
You can't mistake the number. It's clean and pristine.
Battle for third. Wayne Dotson.
So Wayne Dotson went backwards to third. Now he's got Troy Thomas on his rear bumper. Wonkum trying to find a groove to get by the 11 of Ethan Johnson. Moving on up. Welcome to the Hobby Stocks, Ethan.
I'm still convinced that the announcers were trying to figure out, the PA announcers, that is, were just absolutely confused when they heard us start yelling at them.
Yeah.
But that's what happens
when we're near.
When you don't let them run. Ehler almost took down the turn 4 wall just now, but he's recovered. Oh, no, he's going to spin out.
Ehler's going to lose a piece of debris. Looked like part of his roof starting to peel back.
Ooh.
Or a brand new sticker didn't adhere.
Let's take a look at what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I'm believing it's the B post on the right side of the race car. And it's not. I think he threw debris on the track.
Oh, that thing?
Yeah, I think they didn't. I think a sticker fell off.
Well, he's having his issues.
Is it the Skinny's Automotive decal? No, I don't know. I don't know. He don't know. And no one's going to stop him. 6 laps in, it'll be the white flag this time by. Wonkum was still working on Ethan Johnson, but it might be too little too late as Ethan opened up about a quarter of a tenth lead, and he's going to slide up the track, but it's going to be just in time to do so. Checkered flag for Ethan Johnson. I'm sure he was starting to get worried there too as the car was chasing up the hill. Welcome Dotson, Thomas, and Ehler.
I can't believe they didn't let them run.
Throw the whole track out now. We're
I'm
done.
convinced that they came out in the wrong heat race.
I'm thinking you're right.
That's
Thinking you're right.
hesitation is devastation in figure 8 racing.
I'm wondering if that was a situation where they lost track on their heat order, and now they're sad.
You know what I'm excited about?
What?
That we're watching stock car racing at this track again.
I agree.
That's- oh, go on.
No, I'm right there with you.
I was going to say, at some point, between the next couple of races, if you get a chance to just double check with Scott that we're still on for a break after heat races.
Will do.
Because I'm not going to be surprised if they decide to only do one break. We heard about 2.
Orange Show's over already.
Is it?
They only had 3 circle racing divisions tonight. Only 3 circle drivers. IMCA Modifieds getting ready to go here at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. First of 4 heat races, and we will be doing our B main lookouts.
I love this part. This is transfer spot time at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway at Bakersfield at California at United States of America at Earth.
So I'm going to have to get ready to turn off Orange Show, but I will give you a lineup,
No,
and then
don't
it's
worry.
all you.
If you want to focus on that, I can.
No, I want to see who's in this.
Okay, fine.
The 55 of Brad Watkins out front.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
So it'll be the 16 of Ricky Childress Jr. He'll be starting on the front row alongside Donald Houghton. Row number 2 will be the number 59 of Dan Perry III and the 15B, the Dominator, Brad Pounds. Row 3, Zach Kale. I flipped the L in the I. In the 6 and the 111 of Logan Drake. Brad Watkins in the 55 of Michael Scruggs. Your final starter.
Scruggs is really hanging back. Green flag is out. 8-lap heat race. Top 3 transfer to the main. The rest go to the B. And the back straightaway is very busy right now. Very busy.
Greg is going through the middle. Who are they going to be at the line? Houghton with a run to the outside. Can he get the outside going? He's got the momentum, but Childress holding off.
So there are your top 3 right now. That part is pretty determined for now. One car sliding up. It's the 59. Able to recover. It was Dan Perry. Still side by side for the second position. The 15 of Brad Pounds trying to hold off the outside line charge with the 61 of Houghton. And Houghton's going to prevail. Now it's Drake's turn to try and get into the top 3.
Look at that tire smoke, though. The body and the left rear rubbing. It might be getting worse.
And it's flat. Oh, no, it's not flat. I'm sorry.
Not yet. Not yet.
It looked flat for a second. But wow.
That thing is getting worse and worse, and it might have just let go there. No, he's still digging.
And Brad doesn't want to be held up by this because if he is...
Oh, Childress up the track.
Remember, just the top 3 transfer to the main event.
Well, this is bad news from Howard because there goes the tire. It's done. It's flat. He's going to be in the B main. And Drake going to go up to the 3rd spot.
Drake had made a move on Pounds. He actually lost time there as we see Howden still pulling his car off the track.
He's going to make it.
White flag. 1 lap to go.
Pounds is on it. You can see the tail of the car says it, and you can see it as he goes through turns number 1 and 2. Childress with some pressure. Brad Pounds with the momentum. And it'll be Ricky Childress Jr. Checkered flag in the first of 4 IMCA modified heats. Pounds, Drake. Your top 3. With Kale. Whew. And the 59 of Perry the third.
Right. That was the first. That was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeehaw. Whoa, that was good.
So we're seeing a lot more movement with these modifieds around this racetrack than we have seen so far with the other classes.
Well, that's a bummer there for Howden. Went from inside to going to be starting in the back of the B main. Oh, you coming?
I'm coming over.
You all done with what you were doing?
I'm all done with Orange Show.
Nice. You got Scott?
We got here. I haven't yet.
That's okay. We still got 3 races.
Yep.
Till we get there. All right. Well, I will give you a lineup because you gave me a lineup.
I love it. I love when teamwork wins.
I love when love wins. All right, here we go. 51G, Gavin Manning starting on the pole with the 2H of Bobby Hogue on the outside, the 07T of Randy Thornell inside of row number 2, and the 223 of Jake Pike. Row 3 has the 5W of Larry Wise and the 61X of Robbie Whitwer, or Robert
Cage.
Whitwer.
Yeah.
And the X of Robbie Sawyer starts 7th. 8th will be the C5 of Wayne Kaufman.
So we had Nick Kaufman and now Wayne Kaufman.
It might not be proper to do that. There's 2 Waynes.
That is true.
But
it is a Wayne's World.
It is a Wayne's World. Pretty cool that we're bringing over, by the way, the in memoriam tower.
Yep.
From Bakersfield Speedway. To
Mike
honor,
Mosier Tower.
Yeah.
Coming over.
Mike Mosier, a fantastic announcer. We miss him a lot as the green flag comes out for heat race number 2. Again, the top 3 transfer. And it is busy in the back.
Ooh, stack up there.
Almost a squeeze. Robbie Sawyer throwing it in.
Plenty of battles to watch. Battle for second.
Yep.
And the fight to get closer to the transfer.
So right now the top 3 are broken away from the rest of the pack, but Robbie Sawyer's on a mission. Threw it into the corner, got by Thornell, and now he sets his sights on this battle as one of the cars had an issue there. There was a 223 of Pike.
Yeah, Pike up the track there. Not sure if he missed
Pike's got a problem. Pike's off the pace into turn number 3.
Is that a motor, looks like?
I think it's the way the car was rocking back and forth makes me think it might be suspension, something in the rear end maybe.
Yeah, it could be. We're going to see a yellow.
So that is the second time in 2 heat races with transfer spots that someone inside the transfer spot had some form of a mechanical problem and came out on the wrong end.
Man. Well, the yellow's out. The window net is dropped.
You know who liked this yellow?
Who?
Robbie Sawyer.
Yeah, he did. He's going to push.
He's shoving.
Why not? All right, I'm going to ask Scott the question.
Oh. Tom,
am I
you're good. You're good. You're good. I got you.
Thank you. I should probably adjust that. What do you think I'm hitting?
We're hearing it.
Oh, the
They're
headphone?
not.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as they're not hearing it.
They being you guys. We're talking about you guys. Tell Stephen Lakesley that we have more important questions.
All right. The question is 1 break or 2?
Just ask him if there's still a break after these heats. Because that's the last time I think we would need to check the wall cams. I think we're good after that, unless they water the track down again. Because then we can start going down after the main events.
Yep.
Yeah. You see? System. We got a system. Now that car's going on the hook. And it kind of makes me continue to think that there's an issue with maybe the rear end.
We got 2 mod B mains, and I screwed up and put them right next, so they're going to do a quick intermission. Okay. Get the mods for the mod Bs. Okay. So after these heats, I think Tim's going to do some candy cars. All right. Thank you. We're just going to go run the track.
And you see the 223 getting towed off. The first time the tow truck's been used tonight.
That tow truck, do you recognize it? Bakersfield
I know
Speedway
where it
fan?
came from. Can't miss it.
Now, do you think they got that thing? What do you think it is? Like, is it battery problems that thing has? Is it?
I think
it gets too old.
Needs a chiropractor.
Oh, see, we can all relate.
Okay.
Now, do you want to hop back on this? Or
No.
do you want me to?
I can do it. So the update for schedule, since you asked, is
yeah.
we will have a break before, so after these heats and before the B mains. So exactly what you thought.
Cool. So after the last heat race, we'll step away.
Yep.
As we go green. Lap 3, 5 to go. And there was an attempt. Manning tried to get to the inside of Hogue. Big move down the back straightaway.
Couple of big moves here. Here comes the 5 of Larry Wise.
Yeah, Larry made a monstrous run on the back straightaway. Made a move to the outside of Thornell. Made it work. And now it's a battle inside of the top 3 with Sawyer. Manning's not going to like that.
No, I don't think so.
Do you remember who Sawyer was shoving
It was
around?
Manning.
Yeah.
Manning's back on the inside.
And Wise sees all this playing out, and he's hoping they keep it up. This is the kind of racing we hope for on the reconfiguration of this track. And it is proven its worth right now. As Bobby Hogue continues to lead over this intense battle for third. They're both inside of a transfer spot position.
Yeah, you don't want to screw it up, even though you're battling.
White flag in the air, final lap. Bobby Hogue the leader. Larry Wise has a big slip up. He falls off of Manning. Top 3 just need to hold on, and they will. Bobby Hogue is going to win the race over Sawyer and Manning. It'll be Wise in 4th, Thornell in 5th, Whitwer, Kaufman.
Robbie Sawyer closed in on Hogue. If this race with a lap or 2 longer, it'd be a different story likely. Or Hogue would have said, okay, I guess we'll go.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about more teamwork?
Yeah.
Because it makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Do we want to split up?
Yes.
Okay.
I was planning. I just want to go for a walk.
You've been cooped up here. You're like a bird in a cage.
I'm like a bird. I'm stuck in a cage. And I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm going to do it anyways. You like that song? That was beautiful.
When you sing it, it's mesmerizing.
I'm going to do this, though. I'm going to unplug.
There he goes. He said he was going to do it. He didn't waste his time. If that happened in movies more often, they'd be a lot shorter. Folks, I don't know how to describe this, but I don't even see Tom anymore. Like, he disappeared when that happened. But that's okay. I'll let Tommy find his way back into our dimension. And we will take a look at our starting lineup. The 127 of Jacob Mallett Jr., the 48T of Tyson Talkington. 22X Jason Pike starts inside row number 2 with the 40A of Joseph Altig.
The boy is back in town.
Whoa, hello.
Hi.
Then we got in row number 3, the 161 of Donald Houghton, the 3AC of Austin Kiefer, and the 1 of Sean Natenstedt.
Jacob Mallett Jr., Tyson Talkington, your front row.
Well, my phone is at 14%. Not too bad, considering.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud to be an American.
Look how big the 1 is on this car.
Look.
This
Yeah.
is the big.
I mean,
thought Mike Duncan had big numbers back in the day.
He's got them bigger.
But this is the biggest number I've ever seen on a race car.
Sean Natenstedt, you can't deny which car number that is.
And it's not even like a triple number, like any of that. It's just 1.
It's only 1 number.
I got to give Sean credit. That's how you do it. Here we go.
Getting ready. Heat number 2, 8 laps. Top 3.
A big move by Kiefer.
It's not going to fly.
Yeah.
Front row.
It was too big.
Front row just had a disagreement.
And that just as much as they did, I'm wondering if also Kiefer helped them make that decision.
And I'm also thinking Kiefer might have given a sign language to Tyson saying, hey, it's one thing for you to spin the tires, but it's another for you to slide up in front of me.
Well, then I have a question for you then.
Okay.
So what side do you want to handle?
Which side is your favorite? And I'll go
Let's see,
opposite.
there's 1, 2, 3, or there's 1, 2.
I'll go left side.
You got left side?
I don't mind.
You're gonna
Go to
do-
that.
Then you can see my tape job over there.
Okay.
Just
Should I prepare a clamp or no?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case, but I promise you, the angles that they're at are right.
10-4. Gonna try this one again. Restart on the second heat.
There he goes again. Kiefer with the outside move.
It did not work out no matter what this time.
Not done though. It might really not work out. Okay, good. They made it.
Talkington working the outside. That's the Jacob Mallet ride on the inside. And Talkington will have the lead at the line. But Mallet is going to slide up in front.
Interesting smell coming off of one of these cars.
Smells like brakes or something. Something with friction.
Almost electrical.
Yeah, it could be. I see Kiefer's rotor glowing, so I'm guessing it's him standing on the brakes to get the car to do what he wants it to. So Kiefer third. Talkington in the second spot. He's trying to get by Mallet for the lead. Talkington's going to slide in front of Kiefer, and this could bring Nainstead now up into the transfer battle. The 1 moving forward, the 48 moving back. Jason Pike in the 22X. He's got a battle with the Altigs behind. Joseph Altig and Donald Houghton and the 161.
Here we go for the transfer spot.
Instead, going by Talkington. Talkington's going to work the inside, try to slide, and it's not going to work. Houghton with an issue. He's going to slow it down. Turn number 2. Looks like a flat or suspension issue. All right, well, your top 3 is almost set with 2 laps to go. Jacob Mallet Jr., Austin Kiefer, Sean Nainstead.
And the Houghton car is going to park it not in the best spot. That car does look like it's smoking.
Yeah, that's even worse. But it's enough for out of the way to complete this heat number 2 with your leader getting crossed up. But thankfully, still a big gap.
That was the time to do it.
Checkered flag. So going to the B main, Tyson Talkington, Jason Pike, Joseph Altig, and Donald Houghton will be your B main field. Now again, this will be a split B main, 2 B mains to transfer into the feature later on.
Well, hopefully this car's not too bad.
Yeah, you hope that that thing might have just started overheating and he just cut it off early.
Hey, look, the scoreboard's back.
It's back. Yeah, it's been back for the last race or 2.
It's back in the saddle again. Did I miss something? Was that the last one?
No, you didn't miss anything. I think they're just preparing. Okay. I think they're bringing the tractor so they can hook it up.
I saw the tractor out there and I was like, are we just starting now? Because a lot of people are getting up.
Yeah. I think the tractor is typically a symbol of it's time to prep, but it's just preparing to prep.
All right, Tommy. The last opportunity to make your way into the A main during heat races.
I said that was heat number 2 this whole time when it was number 3. My bad.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you're right. That you were wrong. Starting on the pole in the final heat race of the night, the 10N of Rob Sanders, 28T of Matt Campfrost, the 4D Keith Altig in the number 3 spot. In 4th, the number 7 of Caitlin Robertson. Row number 3 has the 51B of Brian Clark, 15F of Marcus Frazier, and the 07X of Troy Morris the 3rd. They're 4 wide down the front straightaway. And there's contact, and there's trouble. Trouble, multiple cars. It's going to end with just a spin. Caution.
Altig going around. Keith Altig, San Diego. Verona Speedway, their home track. Got to make it out there some more.
Yes.
I'd
We
love
do.
to. I'd love to check out more Verona.
We want to check out the Verona. So after that issue, I didn't see who it was, but somebody started bouncing off of everybody on their way, and this might be a full restart.
I would imagine so. We didn't
Tractor's
even
pulling out now. He's like, let's go.
kind of join the field.
He's got no time to wait. He's hoping that he can make the top 3.
Jeffrey Robert is up here.
What's
Who
he
is
gonna
driving
do?
the tractor?
Who is driving? Oh, I know who it is. It's the guy that you thought was my uncle.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I didn't know if it was Manny or. But that's. Hey, man, we're at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. So it is literally the family.
Yep.
Bringing the family operation over.
Now, this is a complete restart, which means we got to do that all again. That was on pace with being one of the most aggressive starts. But remember the last one with Kiefer passing a bunch of cars. It's going to be wild. Hold on.
And yellow.
Oh, boy. Slow down, slow down. Okay.
We can breathe again.
That was close.
That was pretty dang close.
I was nervous.
Looking like they are getting a talking to from the official.
Well, usually after you screw up the start twice. I mean, granted, that was really the first screw up of the restart. The first time was because of a caution. Does he want keys again?
I don't have them.
Is that why Robert's eyeing you?
He's
Looking
probably
like you're
he's
guilty?
probably wanting to help with wall cams.
Oh, hell yeah. We'll have him do the back straight.
Yeah. Gonna line this up and try it again.
Here we go. Full restart. That looked like it was more of a behaved start. Now let's see how turn 2 turns out.
Oh, we got a battle.
Ooh, and we got contact, but they are holding on to it for now. They did it. Well, Sanders is pulled away from all the madness. Altig settles in second with Morris, who came from all the way in the back to third in a transfer spot. He wants the second spot. And then behind, everyone's scrambling, trying to get as close as they can to that transfer spot, led by Robertson. Battle further back. The 15 of Marcus Frazier trying to hold off the 28. Kumfrock.
There's Marcus there. Good looking fluorescent stripe with that orange and blue.
And a battle all the way in the back. Brian Clark just trying to make the first pass of the race and going to do it. Halfway through the final heat race of the night. Here this March 8th evening at Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway.
We're getting dicey for the transfer battle here.
Oh, yes, we are. Altig is being caught. Caitlin Robertson has closed in, but so has the 15F of Marcus Frazier. This is going to be a showdown.
Oh.
And Morris is off the pace in second.
Well, this can mean a lot now. So Morris is off the track. Now this becomes a battle for third with the last 2 cars in the group. Now they're 3 wide.
Now they might determine Morris's car is in a bad spot. They do, as there's contact down the back straightaway. And that was after the yellow came out.
Right behind the flag stand, you see the 07X of Troy Morris,
Now
the third.
Now, I'm watching the 7 and the 15 because they're not going to be happy with each other after that contact. It looks like they're fine. They're just trying to establish who's where. But what happened to Troy Morris?
So that 3-car pack with Morris going off track instantly became a 3-car pack for third to a 3-car pack for second, and somebody in there was going to lose, and I don't know if we're done yet.
And the biggest benefactor from all this might have been the 51B of Brian Clark, because now he has a chance.
Yep, he's right there with him now.
So Morris, if they can figure out whatever that car was, it looked like it started to sputter on entry of turn number 3, and it was backfiring a ton as he was coming out of turn 4.
Some electrical maybe?
Whatever it is, they got to hope that they can fix it, and then he's going to have to do what he did in this race, start from the back and find himself in a transfer spot quickly.
This heat race, the final heat race of the night, so we'll do track prep right before we do our first heat feature of the night. Give these guys
What?
The tractor is itching.
if they're in that
What's he doing?
Trying to work on the track. They can race on their own damn time.
Don't they know we got, I don't know, we got something. We're figuring out that this isn't a double file restart right now.
2 laps to go.
Do you like the way that your eyes like adjust and you have to refigure out what car's what?
Yeah. I like it, and I don't.
Frazier made the move to the inside of Robertson. Robertson trying to get to the inside of Altig. Advantage to Frazier into turn number 3.
Robertson's going to work that outside line.
Altig cannot make a mistake.
Oh, contact into 1.
And
There goes the tire.
there goes Frazier's right front. So that gives the spot to Caitlin Robertson. Sanders once again pulls away from the field. Robertson throws it hard in as Sanders takes the win. Oh, Altig.
And
He's out of a transfer spot.
that was a big slide by Robertson. Caught Altig off line.
Wow. So 2 of the 3 cars in that mix not going to make it straight into the A main, going to have to deal with the B main. That is going to be a wrap on the heat races here from Bakersfield Speedway at Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. If you're checking this out on delay on YouTube, we just want to remind you, trackvision.tv. Don't miss a single race all year long.